I'm Max Sterling. Welcome to LARPgasm. So today I'm working on the Maker's Challenge, and this particular challenge was for an idol of some sort. What I'm going to do is actually go ahead and make something along the lines of like a Wiccan Mother Earth goddess, or like a ancient little fertility doll, or a small sort of ancient female statue. However, I'm going to add an orc spin to that to make it LARP related, and we're end up with a little orc sort of fertility statue doll, whatever you want to call it. One of the LARPs I'm at is currently doing a racial history plotline for orcs, and I think that this might be able to tie in as a prop. So we're going to see how it goes. I really am out of my element here as far as art is concerned, as far as modeling. The last time I used anything like clay was probably when I was a child with Play-Doh. But I have some air drying clay that I found, and it's very old, so I don't even know if it's going to work. But I got some water here. I'm going to dip it in if I need to, and I got some like dental tools that I'm going to attempt to use as, I suppose, clay modeling tools. But we'll see what happens. Now, from some things I've done in the past, I'm assuming I'm going to need some sort of armature, so I got some tin foil and some twigs and stuff, and we're going to see what we can do, because I don't have very much clay to work with. I think I'd like to try to use sticks and twigs if I can and keep this all natural, but if I have to, I'll build it up with some tin foil, because I don't know that I have time to go find leaves or other things to sort of bind together to make this. And as much as I'd like for it to be like this super cool natural thing, time constraints, I might have to just throw this in there. Plus, if it's going to be used as a prop, there's a very high chance it'll be broken, and it's not something I can hold on to. Okay, so let's see what we want to do here. I gotta let this dry for 24 hours, but I think I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Once that's done, we'll see what the next step is. So this has had 24 hours to dry. We're going to go ahead and paint it. I'm going to start by making a very diluted green. I don't have a glaze or anything to put on it, which I wish I did, but I want it to be green so that it reads that it's an orc. So we're going to make a very light green and just sort of put it on there, and if some of it washes off and if it's mismatched and it's darker in some areas, that's great. Once it's green, then I'm going to put probably a black wash over it to fill in all the cracks and crevices, and that should pretty much be it. So let's go ahead and make this real quick. So we got her pretty much done. Painted green. Tried to do real light washes to keep it sort of natural looking. So maybe it was done with like berries or something. Put a little harness around her here, if you can see. The only step left to do is just to clear coat it. And for that, I'm going to use some Mod Podge. Don't worry if it goes on white, I assure you it dries clear. And here's the finished product. The Venus de Mordor, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. But basically, you know, it's taken from the Venus de Willendorf idol that they found, and some speculate that that was a you know, fertility aid, or a goddess idol, or, you know, masturbatory aid, or something along those lines. You know, this is whatever you want it to be if you're an orc. But I also took notes from sort of the Wiccan Mother Earth goddess with the hands on the head instead of just, you know, over top of the breast. And like I said, I would have liked to have glazed it, but I didn't have any glaze, so instead we painted it. And I chose to use, you know, the light washes like I did, and leave it a little bit with chunks of stuff in there so it looks like it's aged. Now, in a game, this isn't meant to be ancient. This is meant to be probably just old, so, you know, all of this stuff hasn't worn off. If I wanted this to be ancient, then, you know, you could very easily just break pieces of it off, or you could wash it with water, and I get a lot more of this paint off of here and make it look much older. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And of course, I put my coat of Mod Podge on here, and yeah, so that's my idol. I hope you enjoyed watching me make it. This is out of my element. I do not sculpt or do anything like that, and some people may look at this and say, well, yeah, that looks like shit. I can tell you don't sculpt, but it's supposed to be primitive. It's supposed to be orcish. It's not meant to be some sort of perfect, flawless sculpture. So I think taking that from like a primitive orcish type angle, that this looks pretty darn good. In fact, possibly too good. So, anyways, I hope this inspires you, if you are a prop maker, to go ahead and get out there and try to make something. And if you like this video, please click like. Please subscribe to my channel and follow me. Feel free to comment if you like. And if you really enjoy what I do, you know, check out my Ko-Fi and my Patreon, and see if you want to leave me a tip. And one additional feature that you may not have been aware of is that when I was painting this, I did mix in some neon colors with the washes that I did. So if you shine a black light on this idol, it does show some magic residue or something else. So definitely mix in glow-in-the-dark paints, definitely mix in neons, because then that way, if it's supposed to have a magical touch to it, whenever people shine different lights on it or they take it into the dark, guess what? It gives a little bit extra edge to it that makes it that much cooler. Until next time,
adventure on.